An LLM's knowledge is frozen in time. It doesn't know about your company's new product launch, your internal documentation, or what happened in the news this morning. So how do you make your AI relevant and trustworthy? You give it a library. Today, we're explaining Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG, the single most important technique for building modern, factual AI applications. Large language models are trained on a massive, static snapshot of the internet. This creates two major problems. First is the knowledge cutoff. The model can't answer questions about recent events. Second is the lack of context. It knows nothing about your private, proprietary data like internal wikis, support tickets, or product documentation. This makes it ineffective for internal tools or customer-facing AI that must be accurate and specific. Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG, solves this by connecting the language model to an external knowledge base. It works in two simple steps. First is retrieval. When a user asks a question, the system searches your document database to find the most relevant pieces of information. Second is augment and generate. Those retrieved snippets are added as context to the user's question and sent to the model, which generates an answer based only on that provided information. It's like giving the AI an open book exam instead of asking it to rely on memory. You might wonder if fine-tuning could solve the same problem. Fine-tuning teaches a model a new behavior or writing style, such as your brand voice. RAG, on the other hand, gives the model new knowledge at query time. One of RAG's biggest advantages is how easy it is to update. Adding new information is as simple as uploading a new document. There's no retraining required. And hallucinations are greatly reduced because answers must come from the supplied text. RAG is the foundation of factual, context-aware AI products. It connects language models to private data, gives them practical memory, and significantly reduces hallucinations. In the next episode, you'll learn how the retrieval step works behind the scenes and how embeddings and vector databases make this possible.